Picture yourself 10 years from now. Will you be proud of how you spent this time? Or you are full of regret because you kept delaying the life that you wanted? You can be 18 years old only once. You can only be 22 years old once in your life. And while you're scrolling right now, this year is slipping away forever. So, how do you want to spend today? Let's be honest, the textbook isn't going to read itself. Those client emails aren't going to magically answer themselves. And your dream business, it's not going to build itself while you're binge watching Netflix. Every time that you're scrolling on social media, or you're binge watching, or every time that you're playing video games, those actions have consequences. If you want to become successful, if you want to get ahead, it's not about motivation or luck. It's about doing the work even if you don't feel like it. And right now, while you binge watch movies, while you stare at your phone, while you're busy playing video games, someone else is putting in the hours. Someone else is closing the deals, and someone else is getting closer to the life that you want. Every time that you postpone taking action, you're not only blocking your way to progress, you're actually stealing from your future self. Sure, you might eventually end up launching that business, or getting that degree, or landing the job, or become financially free, but how much time will be left to actually enjoy it? Imagine you built your dream business at 50 years old instead of 25. Sure, there will be rewards, you will be financially free, but you will have less energy and you will have so much less time to enjoy the things that you wanted to do. The more you postpone taking action and the more that you postpone doing the work, the less time you will have to enjoy those things when you get to achieve them. For example, you built your dream body at 30 years old. You miss out on the health that you could have, you miss out on the confidence that you could build. Just because when you were in your 20s and instead of going to the gym consistently, you choose to stay at home and play video games. I'm not saying that building your dream business at 50 years old or building your dream body at 40 years old is bad. All I'm saying is that when you have the time right now, when you have the potential right now, but you choose to use social media, but you choose to binge watch movies or you choose to play video games, and instead of going to the gym and instead of brainstorming the ideas, that is the real problem. Because if you achieve those things faster, you will have so much more time to enjoy those things once you achieve them. The more you postpone, the more you avoid the work, the less time you will have to enjoy those things. You can be 18 years old only once in your whole life. Once you're 19, you will never be 18 again. So how do you spend that year? Do you numb yourself with drinking, using social media, and with quick dopamines? Or do you try to build healthy habits that will serve your future self? That when you're 22 years old, you already have the freedom, you already have the money, you already have the better habits that will make a better future for you. Or when you're 22 years old, are you proud of the achievements that you had during the past 4 years, or are you still in the same place or even worse? You can either progress or decay. You can't stay still because life is not still. You're either growing or you're decaying. Every time that you numb yourself, every time that you keep avoiding the things that you're supposed to do, and every time that you keep procrastinating, it's another day that you don't get to live the way that you want for the future that you're working towards. And one day you realize that you spent your whole life procrastinating, postponing, avoiding, numbing yourself, and instead of actually doing something for yourself or for your future self. So the question is, do you still want to keep postponing, or do you want to build a life that you're actually proud of? Because let's face it, avoiding the task won't make it go away. You can keep staring at your phone, you can binge watch as many movies as you want, you can take as many breaks as you want, but you're only procrastinating and you're not achieving anything. And none of these distractions change the fact that you still have to face the work. And none of these distractions change the fact that the task is still waiting. The email still needs to be written. The job application still needs to be sent. The problem still needs to be faced. Numbing yourself doesn't solve the issue. It delays it. And no matter how long you delay, you still need to get to work and still do it. You can't escape the works. And the longer that you wait, the heavier the task will feel. One small to-do will turn into a big mountain. And guess what? You still need to climb it. And while you're busy with the pleasures, with quick dopamines, with junk foods and social media, someone else is out there who is working. Someone else is filling out the application that you're procrastinating on. Someone else will send the application and land the job interview. While you're avoiding the page, someone else is landing your client. While you're sitting lost in distractions, someone else is showing up, being seen and getting chosen. Because that is life. If you depart late from your home, you will miss the bus. Same thing is for opportunities. If you delay, if you procrastinate, if you depart late, you will miss the opportunities. The same way that you miss the bus. You can keep avoiding, keep procrastinating, but when you finally want to face the tasks, it's still there. In fact, it's grown because the time is shorter and the pressure is higher. So don't avoid the problems because they won't go away. You have to face it anyways. And just know that while you're procrastinating and avoiding, someone else is landing your client, someone else is getting the job interviews, and someone else is getting chosen instead of you. And that's how you end up in the back seats. And that's how you end up in the C ranges. And that's how you end up living an average life. The only way out is through. And the sooner you move, the faster you'll be free. The sooner you take action, the sooner you face the problems, the faster you will be free. And you will have more time to actually enjoy the things. So do yourself a favor and don't choose comfort every single day. Because if you choose comfort every single day, it will compound over time. If you try to be comfortable every day, if you want to stay in your bed, stare at your phone, binge watch movies, get quick dopamines, order food from outside, and choose comfort every single day, it will compound. If you want to get ahead in life, if you want to become successful, if you want to be happy with your life, you have to be willing to be a little uncomfortable every single day. Not once in a while, but every single day. Growth is when you study instead of scrolling. It's when you choose to go to the library instead of overthinking at your home. It's when that you brainstorm business ideas instead of binge watching movies. If you choose to be a little bit uncomfortable, you will get ahead in life. Because change is uncomfortable. And that's okay. You have to be willing to be a little uncomfortable every single day. You don't have to be comfortable, and everything shouldn't be perfect and comfortable all the times. You have to be okay with being a little uncomfortable every single day. Because if you want to be comfortable every single day, you might as well stay in your bed the whole day. You might as well just scroll your phone. Or you might as well scroll through your social media. You might as well just binge watch movies and just stay stuck in the same place and get even worse and worse day by day. When you're in your classroom, don't try to be so comfortable. Speak up. Don't stay silent. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable. If you want to build a successful business, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable, but still showing up every single day. But the truth is, the more that you face discomfort, the stronger you will get. The things that once scared you will become normal. So the question is, are you willing to trade a little discomfort today for a better life tomorrow? The solution to these delays, to these procrastinations, is that you have to be willing to be a little uncomfortable every single day, and you have to be okay with it. And then when there is something that you have to get done, the only thing that you have to focus on is starting the task. Because before that you want to start a task, you're in the avoidance mood. You're thinking, okay, I don't have to do it today. I don't feel like it. I am tired. Do I really want to do this? And your head is full of excuses to avoid the task. But if you just focus on starting the task, and your only goal should be to just sit down and start writing or start working. Because once you start the task, your mind will shift the gears. And now you're thinking about the task instead of thinking about the excuses. Because before your mind was free and it was thinking about how to avoid the task, now you're in the problem solving mood. That is why that your mind will start working on the task instead of against you. That is why you hear that starting is the hardest part of doing anything. Because before starting the task, your mind is free and you're wondering that you don't want to do anything uncomfortable. But once you start, you're in problem solving mode. Now you're thinking about the question instead of thinking about the excuses or anything else. And once you start, you have to do the task for at least 15 minutes because that's how long it takes for you to be in the flow state. So when you have a task, your only goal should be to start and then continue for 15 minutes, because after that you will be in the flow state and it will be so much easier for you to just get going because you're already there, you're sitting there, your mind is already engaged with the task, and you will keep going. And remember that the more that you delay and postpone, the less time you will have to enjoy the things when you get to achieve them. And avoiding the task will not solve the problem. Numbing yourself will not solve the problem. The only thing that solves the problem is solving the problem, is actually sitting down and putting in the work. And you have to be comfortable with not being comfortable. We all need discomfort to grow. Otherwise, we will live a life full of regrets. And when you try to do a task, your only focus should be to start a task and keep going for 15 minutes. And once you do that, you're already there, your mind is engaged, and you will keep going. So that's all I got for today. If you like this video and you can relate to these types of videos, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next videos.